All right. I'm always doing reviews that are negative, so I'm gonna do something that's positive. All right. Find a fucking Lee. I saw this movie Barbarian last night, a horror movie that just came out, and I had a good time with it.
This is perfectly natural.
The movie has flaws, it has issues, it has problems, but I enjoyed the movie. It was like a classic horror movie that gave you the female protagonist who wasn't a superhero, but she was a competent woman. You had great effects. You had an actual villain that was actually scary. You had actual scares, not just shitty jump scares. Actual scares, stories and the story that was disturbing, characters that were disturbing, twists, great acting, and from I'll say from one person in particular, um, and just it was just like a throwback to a lot of older films that worked, and I really appreciated it. So one of the things I'm going to talk, I mean, I'm not going to talk much about the movie, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit. And since I recommend the movie, I'll say I'll let people know I'm about to talk about it. So if you don't want to hear about the movie, go watch it and then come back and finish watching this. So the one of the things that I liked about it were the twists. Well, there are a lot of things. One of the things I liked was the twists. So you had the guy that played Pennywise in it, one of the many, 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 many children of Stellan Skarsgård. I think his name is Bill Skarsgård. He was in this, and the story starts off. If you've seen, I think I only seen part of the trailer, so maybe the whole trailer is different. But if you've seen the trailer and you start to watch the movie, you're gonna think it's something else.
Yeah.
This is 476 Barbary, right?
Yeah, I'm renting this place.
No, I booked it a month ago.
Are you sure you have the right place?
Yeah. What am I supposed to do?
Why don't you come inside and we'll call these idiots?
It's you're gonna think that I'm gonna try not to reveal too much, but you're gonna think that it is a different type of movie. You're gonna think that it's more of a thriller than necessarily a horror movie, and then that notion is quickly turned on its head. I love that. I love watching a movie and not feeling like I need to be playing Tetris on my Game Boy Advance SP while I'm watching it because I'm kind of bored and I kind of know what's gonna happen already. This didn't really do that. You got that little twist kind of makes you pay attention to the story. So I appreciated that. I appreciated the setting, the house that they were in, within the neighborhood that it was in. There's little things about the story that I really enjoyed. That twist was one of them. Justin Long was the standout in the show, in the movie, and I loved his character and the way that he acted. Justin Long has this organic way of acting that kind of just uh, pulls you into the story and kind of makes you believe who he is and what he is. And they don't. He's not utilized enough in Hollywood. But I'm glad that he was in this. There's this. There's one thing I'm gonna say, and it's probably gonna be weird to people, but I'll explain. In the movie is obviously a horror movie, and there is a horror villain in the movie. But Justin Long is also a villain. That's cool as well. You have two villains. Justin Long is a villain, and in the movie, something caught me by surprise. Justin Long is in his house. He gets a call. It's from his friend. He's like, "What's up, faggot?" And I'm like, "Whoa! Did he say the faggy word on the televisions?" I thought that was not allowed, and I really, really appreciated that. I really appreciated that, and I want to say that. And I don't appreciate it because because I'm trying to be derogatory against homosexuals. I'm being serious. That's not why I appreciate it. I appreciate it because we've gotten to a point where in pop culture where there's certain words you just can't use ever. And so you'll have characters who are bad characters, and you can't even use English language and vernacular and slang to kind of let the audience know that these characters are negative and bad. So a character saying, calling somebody a faggot or calling somebody a nigger or calling somebody retarded or something like that to their face, that kind of lets you know, well, this person may not be a good person. But you can't even put that in television shows and movies anymore, because the words have been made into something that is supposedly so offensive that I can't even use it in a work of fiction. I can't get over that. It annoys me so much. So hearing it here, it's kind of like this character's the villain, and him calling someone that word, lets you know. I mean, it lets you know based on society that we live in. It lets you know, yeah, this person is a bad person. That's sort of a cue to let you know this guy's not a good person. Wink, wink. Pay attention. But you can't even do that in shows and movies anymore, because you have homosexuals running things, so they don't even allow the word to be written into the script, it seems. So hearing him say that threw me back, and I was like, oh, I forgot that, I'm still alive, and that I come from a different generation. It kind of was a throwback to my old generation. That certain words can be used. It's not saying that you should use the word publicly and to insult people to their face, but it's a reminder that certain words, certain gestures, mannerisms, they exist, and those mannerisms, words, and gestures can be used to describe emotions, to describe characters. So much is being taken away, and because so many little things that certain little groups find offensive have been ripped out of culture and sort of not allowed. So the fact that they had the balls, I'm surprised that they did that. That they had the balls to even put that word in there to show that this guy is a bad person. I was like, oh, okay, well, these guys are just trying to make a story, and they're going to do what they want. And I appreciated that. And it made me realize, okay, because in the story, if you haven't seen it, Justin Long's character, you don't know if he's a bad person yet. You kind of are maybe sympathizing with him, but as the story goes along, you're getting little cues that, oh no, this guy might be bad. No, he's probably bad. Yeah, more than likely he's bad. No, he's bad. He's a bad guy. And it's not just thrown in your face. It's kind of like little breadcrumbs. And that makes the story interesting. It gives something to the story. It makes the story more than what other stories are. It's not just, this guy is just bad because we say so. It's kind of like it kind of lets you realize it along the way. And I appreciated that. So I liked his character. I liked the way he was written. I liked the way he acted the part. I loved the villain, the horror villain. It was really disturbing, shocking, and I really, really enjoyed this. Again, it's not a great movie, a great story, but it's a fun horror movie. Most horror movies aren't great movies, but they're fun, and they're what they are. They do what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to scare you, entertain you, and get you paying attention, make you feel creepy. I had to go out in the backyard to get one of my dog's toys out, and it was the middle of the night, and I was a little spooky. I was a little scared. The movie's supposed to accomplish that, so it did what it was supposed to do. It's a nice little movie. Please go and watch it. Again, there are problems with the movie. Stupid things happen that don't make sense. I'm just gonna real quick. It's not much, but the main horror villain is like this inbred bookadoop big doofus woman thing, and at the end she jumps off of a water tower and lands on the street, and I guess her head explodes because there's blood. The ground around her head is like covered in blood. But then she gets up as if she's just perfectly fine. I'm like, being inbred, it doesn't make you into a superior being physically. It normally makes you more inferior because you're doing something you're not supposed to do. So it was just weird. I don't know. The character had like super strength. I was like, shit, this inbred thing is like a super soldier. Maybe more people. I mean, she was retarded and stuff, but other than that, I was like, this character is physically great. There were other little things like, of course, characters doing stupid shit that they wouldn't do, the going into places that they would not go into, and just doing stuff that was just dumb.
Keith?
other than that, those little things, and again, it's little. There's gonna be things that you're gonna roll your eyes at, but all in all, it's a good movie, and I'm always saying negative things. So if I see something that I enjoy, I guess I'll start making videos about it because I don't want to be a negative Nancy all the time, and I would like to be able to recommend things to people. Go and see this movie. It's not a great movie, but it is a pleasant treat for Halloween this year because we don't get many pleasant treats. There's a movie out called The Jabberwocky. There's a Hulu horror movie called Grim Cuddy that's so bad it will make you urinate on yourself and then you'll drink the urine just to kind of distract yourself from how shitty the movie is. It is horrible. So we're constantly being hit with garbage like that. Shows like She-Hulk and Rings of Power and just all this crap is just constantly hitting us. All the failures from Disney. So when I come across something that I actually enjoy, I guess I'll start talking about it, and we should all start celebrating those things and talking about them more. Go see this shit. If you can, give them your fucking money. The movie is called Barbarian. It is kick-ass, and you will enjoy it. You can thank me later, and you can send money to my Cash App. It's called Go Fuck Yourself.